quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Accel loan, help your kids start right. Backpacks, the uniform is on. Accel Finance, we let them do success. No worries, no stress. We got your back with the Accel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school learning. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning.
All right, and so you want to check out the Accel Finance. Hello, and welcome to another Mikey Live program. I'm your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. And we've had quite an eventful weekend with regards to our Olympians. Let me just put it in there. I do not believe that we activated the go button, so we would have lost our Facebook viewers. Hello and welcome. We started the program without you. I'm sorry for that. So you've missed quite a bit of the program, maybe about 7 or so minutes, but it was merely our advert and the intro. But again, we'd like to say hello and welcome to you to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson. As I was saying, we've had quite an eventful weekend with regards to Grenada's Olympians. Kirani James, Lyndon Victor, Anderson Peters, Zahiri, Zachary Gresham. Let me don't try to say too much of the names off my head. But anyway, yes, it was good. It was quite a celebration for us over the weekend. And then again, there was kind of like the last lap thingy on the Carriacou to kind of like wind down officially things for a Spice Smash 2024. We've got the new retail prices for petroleum products. We're going to talk about that and other things on the business. We'd like to say again, welcome to the first-time viewers, and those of you who are always on the program, we want to say hello to you likewise. We take a quick little thing, and then we shall be back very shortly. Remember that Headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts Grenada Limited, Digicel Nawasa, Real Value IGA Supermarket, Superb Distributors, Infinite Contractors. Of course, we've got the Accel Finance on board as well. We'll be back.
It's the Quartz Appliance Event. Cook it, fry it, bake it on a new Ma-Base stove for only $1,799. Stack it, pack it, and chill it with a Frigidaire 4-mount fridge for $2,749. Laundry piling up? Wash it, spin it, dry it in a Frigidaire 17-kilogram washing machine top, only $2,399. Get it now and pay later. It's the Quartz Appliance Event, only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offers end July 24th, 2024. Conditions apply.
Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Accel loan, help your kids start right. Backpacks, the uniform is on. Accel Finance, we let them to success. No worries, no stress. We got your back at the Accel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning.
Okay, welcome. If you're hearing a little chattering, it will be the kids. They're up and they're having a blast today because they're doing 19th Aug and coconut bakes and all of that. Today's the day for that. So they're having quite a blast in the living room. So if you're hearing them, that is why. You know, coconut bakes and cocoa tea always brings the family together. So welcome once more. We have a few things to talk about. Like I said, it was a very eventful weekend with activities happening at the airport, first of all, to welcome on Saturday our Olympians. And then on Sunday, that was followed up with a motorcade and a rally at the Lasseter's playing field. Now, it was quite the celebration. It was really good. You have the Olympians getting money. Why? Money's from the sponsors. Money's from the government. Listen, it was so exciting and a motivation for those who are involved in sports to know that, hey, something is going to be happening for you. I mean, I felt really proud to see that we were able to support our Grenadian athletes in that manner. And that Cooperate Grenada really came through. 100,000 from Republic Bank, 125,000 from Port Bank, so 100,000 for Anderson Peters from Republic Bank. Then 120,000 from 20 or 25 from Co-op Bank for Kirani. And then for Lyndon, the man get a vehicle valued at $170,000 a Nissan from Huggins, his sponsor. And then the government on top of that. Listen, I think what was $150,000 each? Something to that effect. But we have a lot of those. The details for this, we have it in the national report, which, by the way, full disclosure, the national report is going to be lengthy today. All right, full disclosure, because and so that's why I'll have to go through some of the stories today briefly because they are in detail in the national report. Veteran journalist and broadcaster Lou Smithy was today taken to his final resting place. Well, these days it's no longer final resting because there's a likelihood that your body be Lord, there's a whole conversation that we're going to be talking about someday. But to his final resting place today, Lou, he died earlier. August. So he died on the 31st of July at the Grenada General Hospital. And he's known to have dominated the airwaves on broadcast duties. He was a really good reporter, journalist, broadcaster. He did well in his time. You understand? And so he will be remembered, you know, when there were official events and so on. You depend on Lou because he had depth. You understand? He didn't just have a voice, he had depth. You know, so he could have spoken to a lot of the things that were happening and, you know, give good history and good content and details about what was taking place, you know. So Lou is going to be missed, and he leaves a really big void in the broadcast industry, if you ask me, you know. So yeah, man. So it was a nice send-off for him as well. There were anchors, news presenters, and so on who gave tribute about Lou Smith. All right. Moving on, in case you missed it, there's been an increase for gasoline, diesel, and kerosene in this month's petroleum products price adjustment, while there are decreases in bulk and the 100-pound cylinder of cooking gas. In Grenada, Carriacou, and PD Morning, gasoline goes up 52 cents to $15.86. Diesel moves from $14.53 to $15.49. A 96 cents increase, and kerosene moves up to, it moved up by $1.01 to $11.66. On the mainland Grenada, the 20-pound cylinder of cooking gas remains the same at $40, but the 100-pound cylinder has decreased from $243.25 to $232.90. Bulk goes down by 10 cents from $2.50 to $2.40. In Carriacou and the Petite Martinique, the price of the cylinder of cooking gas remains consistent at $49. But like on the mainland Grenada, the price of the 100-pound cylinder has decreased. It goes down to, by $10.35 to $255.90 from the low price of $266.25. Bulk goes down 10 cents to $2.40. So that is the price for now. All right. Any other prices that you get on the pump, you will have to report it because it will not be consistent with what the prices are supposed to be. All right. A child and a man was knocked down in St. George's today, but luckily they walked into the ambulance and was taken to the general hospital for immediate medical attention. Okay, if we are able to get an update on those two, we'll be able to give that to you in a later broadcast. The scams are continuing on individuals, or popular individuals, government officials, people in the media, and so on social media. And the appeal is being made to you to please be vigilant when accessing information on the web. Be very careful with the links that you click because it can compromise your device, whether it is a laptop, a phone, or a desktop computer. It is likely to compromise your device. So please be guided accordingly. The last lap for Carnival was held on the Carnage on the weekend, which was supposed to be with Pan and other aspects of Carnival. I've heard that it was properly attended by spectators, but some say that there wasn't enough happening for them to have a good, ting. But anyway, yes. So Spicemas 2024 is officially ended. All right, so the next thing that we are heading into is Labor Day, if we want to claim it, and of course, then get ready for Christmas. Yes, it is probably my favorite time of the year. Not for ham. My tolerance for ham has decreased over time. I could get a nice look at the ham, but other than that. Before we go over to the national report, because I said that a lot of the important information that we have to share with you tonight has appeared in the national report. The national report is a pre-recorded program, so we have no control over that. So in the interest of time, we are not going to be duplicating those stories. All right, we will present to you the national report as an entire package with some of those stories that we intended to give you tonight. And just to say, on a more personal level, I, on the weekend, posted a live of some issues that I was experiencing over the past 5 years, and subsequently would have posted some videos to support my argument. And I just wanted to take a brief moment in the program to say that I appreciate the overwhelming response and support towards my plight, towards my situation. I just wanted to try something different because everything else seemed to have failed. Try something else different so that probably a different result will be realized. I have to say that I have seen some positivity, some positive change in the past 24 or 48 hours. And when I say that in terms of finding a solution, not with the individual in particular, but with the authorities in terms of getting that engine to intervene in the situation. But I just wanted to say thank you for the support. And of course, I also realized that from this, there are a lot of people who are in similar situations. So it kind of like would have shed some light on that. So I think it is time for us to have a conversation about scenarios like these, and individuals who are experiencing this. I probably never thought that this was so widespread. Individuals who can tell the same story, and if that's the case, that's just a horrible thing for us. Yeah. Okay. So let us get into the national report, and it will tell you a lot of what's taking place or what has happened over the past 48 hours again, because the celebrations for Kirani and the team, that started on Saturday and then went over to Sunday and climaxed with a kind of like a rally kind of event at the Lassages playing field. Before we go further, I would also want to do this. Don't forget to check out the IGA supermarket for your weekly savings. Yes, they've got barbecue sauce that was $11.25, and that is now $8.25, a saving of $3. Okay, they've also got your mustard, and all like all the mustard. You need like a ketchup, mustard on everything. $7.50 was the price. It is now down to $4.20. That's a saving of $3.30. And the Thousand Island fat-free salad dressing Kraft moves from $29.57. That is now $19.70. That's a saving of $10.05. And I don't know where you can get better prices for these products. I was actually looking for the localized weather, but what I'm seeing here is a tropical outlook, which is not necessarily what we want. We're looking for what today is the So what we can expect for tonight, being Monday night, partly cloudy conditions. We may have some showers tonight. The minimum temperature might go around 25.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, winds east northeasterly to east southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Tuesday's weather is expected to be generally fair, becoming partly cloudy during the afternoon with a medium chance of isolated showers. Max temperature for tomorrow, Tuesday, expected to be around 32.5 degrees Celsius, minimum 26. Winds east northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. And that's our weather report for tonight and tomorrow. And what we have for you now is the national report.
This is the GIS News for Monday, August 19th, 2024. I am Rikisha St. Louis. In the headlines, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell commits to push the implementation of the national sports policy, and Grenadian Olympians rewarded for their representation over the weekend. In sports, hundreds joined in the celebration for Olympic medalists. We'll have details to these stories and more when we return.
Prepare for hurricane. Prepare for hurricane. Make sure you have your radio and your batteries too. Waterproof flashlight candles will do. Tin stuff, garbage bag, first aid kit. Come on people, make sure you have it. Clean water in a container and a hurricane plan. Hear me no man.
Hurricane damage is beyond your control. Surviving the aftermath is up to you. Have a hurricane plan. It can save your life and your family too.
Prepare for hurricane. Your hair, prepare for hurricane.
Welcome back. The Deacon Mitchell-led administration has given its commitment to push ahead with the national sports policy to incentivize athletes for their performance at the international level. This was made clear during a rally at the Lasages playing field on Sunday to honor Grenada's Olympians who have just returned from the Paris Olympics. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell spoke of his government's commitment to ensure that the policy is implemented to develop the infrastructure for athletes and others involved in sports.
You deserve the awards. You deserve the celebration. You deserve the commendation. But the best that as a country that we can do to truly honor, recognize, and support you is to make sure that we put in place the infrastructure, the sports policy, the resources, and the support to make sure that not just you, but that the next generation of Grenadian athletes don't have to overcome some of the struggles, some of the trials, and some of the tribulations that you have gone through. And I know those stories personally because you have told those stories to me. And so as the Prime Minister of this country, I am publicly committing to you, within our resources, that we will do everything to make sure that the sports policy is implemented.
Grenada's decathlon bronze medalist Lyndon Victor and javelin bronze medalist Anderson Peters will each receive US $100,000 for winning the bronze medal at the Paris 2024 Olympics from the government of Grenada. Acting Minister for Sports, Honorable Delma Thomas, made the pronouncement while addressing Sunday's rally in Lasages, saying that this is one of the new incentives outlined in the national sports policy on physical and sports activities.
A national sports policy has set out starting and following forward a payments for Olympians as follows. Gold medal winners will get $150,000 US. Silver medal will receive $125,000 US. Bronze medal will receive $100,000 US. And all the finalists will receive $50,000 US. All others who have qualified for the games will receive a token of US $5,000 US. Brothers and sisters, if that's not a government that cares, brothers and sisters, show me one. Under this new policy, both Anderson and Lyndon Victor will now receive $100,000 US from the government and people of Grenada.
She added that Kirani James, though not a medalist in this year's Olympics, will also receive US $100,000 for his outstanding performances over the years, and this being his fourth consecutive final in the Olympics.
Additionally, the recognition of the remarkable contribution of Kirani James, having taken part in 4 Olympic Games and having won gold, silver, and bronze, although not medaling in these Olympics, he too will receive $100,000 US. Ali Hazard, Tilly Collimo, and Zachary Gresham will each receive US $5,000.
Additional incentives will be awarded to all Olympic finalists and their Grenadian coaches. Minister Thomas said this will channel energies to better prepare for the 2028 Olympic Games to be held in Los Angeles.
Our Olympic finalists will also get other rewards. Those include 100% concession on any brand new vehicle purchase valid for 4 years. We don't make promises, brothers and sisters, but we deliver on our promises to the people. 100% concession on building materials for home, valid for 10 years. Waiver of all state taxes on the purchases of land or home, first-time purchases only. And issuance of diplomatic passport to medalists, the coach, applicable for Grenadian coaches only. Brothers and sisters, our very own coach will receive $20,000. We say once again, thank you to some Grenadians' finest. Having seen what these champions have achieved against so many odds, we can only imagine what is even more possible if we properly fund dreams, if we lift our sport administration to world class, if as a nation and a community we help our talent to better prepare. This government will do that, brothers and sisters. And so when we leave tonight, we must appreciate and understand that the road to the next Olympics starts right here. And that by the time Los Angeles comes around, our athletes will be better prepared to make a bigger splash on the global stage.
Grenada's 2024 Olympic champions were presented with attractive awards on Sunday for their commendable representation at the Olympic Games in Paris. The weekend-long celebration culminated at the Lasages playing field on Sunday, where the Olympians were awarded for their stellar performances. Tilly Colimo and Zachary Grisham were each given a check of $5,000 for their performances in swimming. Haley Hazard, women's 100-meter athlete, received an equal accolade of $5,000. Lyndon Victor, whose remarkable performance in the decathlon earned him a coveted bronze medal, was presented with the substantial check of $100,000. The same amount was awarded to Anderson Peters, who captured bronze in the javelin throw, and Kirani James, the world's most decorated 400-meter runner.
This moment in history, I want us to document it. This is a moment in history that I believe books will be written about. And I am so honored to share it with you guys. The amount of love and support that was shown today, not just for myself, but for all the athletes. Listen, Grenadians are proud, and they showed it today. And it means a lot to us. It really does. It fuels us to go out there and want to compete even harder and not bring back bronze, but bring back gold for the people of Grenada.
St. Davis people, Grenadians, good night. I just want to take this opportunity to reminisce a little bit. My career as a javelin thrower started 13 years ago. Right here in Lasages playing field. If you didn't know, I went to Carriacou Government School right there. And I went to St. Davis Catholic Secondary School right there. Lasages, as my mother would say, Lasages is my home. She always said that I would just come in the house to sleep and then be in Lasages for the entire day. And here I am today, 2024, as a bronze medalist. Not only as an Olympic bronze medalist, but as a two-time world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, that's history. There is only one other javelin thrower in the entire world that was able to defend his world championship title. And he is the current record holder at 98 meters. So I'm the second person in the entire world to defend that title. And I stand here and I look at everybody and I just want to say thank you to everyone. Your contribution, your prayers, your advice. It costs in some time too. But I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you. And I really love you guys, and to be out there to compete and to hear the support that we are getting from the citizens of Grenada, you know, it motivates me to even push harder.
In the past couple of weeks, I felt like what I had, for many reasons, almost like a rejuvenation or reignition of running and competing for Grenada. And, you know, just looking at, you know, the last year, 18 months, 3 years, 5 years that I had, you know, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. And I only have to give thanks to God and thanks to my support system, the people that are in my life that has been with me throughout, the stakeholders that their support never wavered. that have kept believing in me, people that have kept believing in me. You know, those performances at those games, you are a big part of it. And I appreciate every single one of you that has continued to support me and will continue to support me in the future as I go into the next couple of years.
Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, in his address during the ceremony, lauded the athletes for their outstanding representation.
You have done us proud. The outpouring of love, the outpouring of support that you see throughout the length and breadth of Grenada. As King James said, there is nothing more uniting, there is nothing better than putting us or pulling us together than the accomplishments of our sportsmen and women. So congratulations for the fantastic representation of not just Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, but the representation of the OECS.
He gave his commitment to assist in the development of young birding athletes.
And so as the Prime Minister of this country, I am publicly committing to you, within our resources, that we will do everything to make sure that the sports policy is implemented, that our coaches, our administrators, our supporters, our nutritionists, our physiotherapists are supported to make sure that it is not just by luck, it is not just by talent, but it is by the infrastructure and the policy and the incentives that we put in place to make sure that the next generation of Grenadians will bring home gold, not just in the decathlon or javelin or the 400 meters, but in swimming, in boxing, and in any other sport that they may desire to take part in.
Anderson Peters, Kirani James, and Lyndon Victor also received additional awards. Anderson Peters received 100,000 EC dollars from Republic Bank Grenada Limited, Kirani James 125,000 EC dollars, and Lyndon Victor was the recipient of a brand new Nissan Frontier. The keys were presented to him from Huggins Chief Executive Officer Anya Chow Chang. Following the message from King Charles III, presented by Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, Grenada's Olympic medalists were awarded with badges of honor. Lyndon Victor received the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. Commander of the Order of the British Empire was awarded to Kirani James, Grenada's three-time Olympic medalist. James was also bestowed with Grenada's National Award, Companion of the Order of Grenada. The award comes from the National Honors and Awards Act, which is given to people who have distinguished themselves and highlight the image of Grenada internationally. In 2022, Anderson Peters received the Member of the Order of the British Empire in the birthday honors for his services to sports. The GIS News will return after the break.
Are you thinking about buying a vehicle? Did you find a company on social media? Stop. It may be a scam. Look out for the following red flags. Is the price lower than other dealers? Does it seem too good to be true? Are you sending the monies to the US even though you are ordering the vehicle from Japan? Does the address on the invoice match the address on the payment details? Are conversations limited to WhatsApp text? Is there a sense of urgency placed on you by the seller? You are about to be scammed. Do not take your hard-earned cash or even worse, a loan to send to these scammers. Once the money leaves Grenada's shores, you are not likely to get it back. Consider buying a vehicle already on island from an individual or a car dealer. Beware of these scammers. If in doubt, it's best to stay out. A message from the Financial Intelligence Unit.
Welcome back. Contingent Commander and Engineer with the Guyana Defense Force, Major France, says work in Carriacou on the Hillsborough Secondary School, the police station and the post office is nearing completion as the rebuilding efforts intensify to restore the island to some form of normalcy. Guyana's President Irfan Ali deployed the team to Carriacou on July 15th, days after Hurricane Beryl, to assist in the rebuilding and restoration process. Since then, the team has been working on roof restoration. Major France gave a progress update on the efforts on the Sister Isles.
Thus far, as it relates to the roof restoration work, the 4 projects we are undertaking, as it relates to roof work, we are about 75% completed. We have completely restored the roof of the Carriacou police station and courthouse building. We've also restored the roof of the administrative building and post office. The Edinburgh Secondary School, we have 95% completed all the roof works, and we're currently working on the minister's office to completely restore his roof.
He said the unavailability of material is a challenge for the team.
While we would have brought most of the lumber and the sheeting from Guyana, a lot of the additional materials, the fasteners, and so that was needed to do the roof work posed to be a challenge, since there were limited supply here on the island. So as it relates to the roof work right now, the challenges that we are being faced with is the availability of plywood, since that is now becoming short on the island.
The project is expected to be completed in September. Major France is optimistic they are on schedule to meet the deadline.
So far, I'm confident that we could reach that deadline. There are still some challenges as it relates to the finishing works that need to be done, but I'm quite sure with my team that we will be able to accomplish that deadline of mid-September.
The Ministry of Agriculture is making significant progress in its plan to put all government estates to productive use, starting with the Mount Rule estate in St. Patrick. The ministry is collaborating with its in-house engineer to design and develop an upgraded facility that aims to enhance services, improve working conditions, and boost worker morale. With an investment of $400,000, the Mount Rule estate is set to undergo renovation. This upgrade is expected to increase production, streamline administration, and enhance the visitor experience. To ensure the facility will be well equipped, Minister for Agriculture Honorable Lennox Andrews and Permanent Secretary Isaac Bagwan recently visited the Mount Rule estate with the in-house engineer to better understand the next steps.
So in looking at the kind of building that we want to put here, we notice that there is a lot of history in this place as well. And as we go reconstructing or building that new building, we want to ensure that that history is preserved and maintained so that our future generation could have a sense of what construction is like and of what activities took place at this estate. So we are here to provide guidelines to the engineer, who is the one to draw the plans for the building, provide some guidelines to him and to indicate to him that the history that we see here must be preserved. Our intention is to put down two, if I may say, climate smart buildings that would allow for the proper administration of the estate and allow also for having adequate storage facilities and adequate space for meetings, for conferences, and also for storage for whatever equipment and agricultural products that the estate would in fact produce.
That was Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Marine Resources Honorable Lennox Andrews. The construction of the Mount Rule estate should be completed within a year. Permanent Secretary Isaac Bagwan expects the improvement in administration at the estate to positively impact the work ethics of the employees.
We need to have a proper administrative building. As you see next to is a little boat building that is there, and everything takes place there. You know, administration, storage, everything takes place here. So we want to have a facility that has an administrative section. Obviously, we also want to have a little area for storage. We want to have an area where it could be used as a meeting room. Critical for us also is that the issue of facilities for the staff, the workers and the staff. There is no toilet facility, unfortunately, on this estate. So it is important that we have proper toilet facilities and washrooms, so that even in the case of workers coming out from the field, that they need to take a shower, then they have a facility to do so. You know, so definitely that would be part of the building. Obviously, that would make a huge difference for the estate. We want to lift the status of agriculture. We want people to feel valued, and improved facility would add to that in this regard.
Evan Bowler, manager of the Montrule and Granborough Estates, anticipates that this initiative by the ministry will significantly enhance food security.
We are cultivating, we are planting things, a lot of root crops, potatoes, dashing, tanya, yams, every possible thing we can, think about so as to, provide sort of, food security that the nation is actually looking forward to at this point. Yes, and the buildings, of course, will be of great assistance to us because workers need to have a comfort in terms of toilet facilities and kitchenettes and place to shelter when there's rain. We need to have a good administrative building where the clerks and the managers and so on can perform their duties effectively. So that's the purpose of the building. It will be very good for the neighborhood. Very good for the school children who are coming here from time to time to visit the estates. They can learn agriculture. They can see exactly what the future is going to look like agriculturally. So we are really thankful for the opportunities that we're getting now at the moment. For the first time, that is, to have proper work.
Biometric residence permit, a physical visa sticker in a passport, or an immigration ink stamp, or the biometric residence card for all people who need a visa apart from visitors. It said in a release that this decision has been taken to deliver a digital border and immigration system, a better experience for customers, and improved security and efficiency. The release also added that some countries may need to consider the effect of the United Kingdom's transition to e-visas on their internal processes and procedures. This may include processes such as exit checks, passport issuance, and processing applications where verification of UK immigration status may be required. The T.A. Marisha Community College is advising all applicants for the 2024-2025 academic year of the number of important dates as it relates to registration and the start of classes. The college says registration for Year 1 students will take place at the Tantine and St. Patrick's campuses from Wednesday, August 21st to Tuesday, August 27th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Applicants are urged to walk with their acknowledgement letter and 2 copies of their CXC results. The institution is also advising that a late registration fee of $50 applies for all Year 1 students from Friday, August 30th to Friday, September 13th. The first day of classes for Year 2 students is Wednesday, August 28th, while the first day of classes for Year 1 students is Monday, September 2nd. This is the GIS News. When we return, Grenadians honored at 2024 Grenada Day celebrations in New York.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it's crucial for us to conserve water at home. When washing my vehicle, I use a bucket with rainwater that I have stored. This is how I save water. What are you waiting for?
Cultural icon Elimus, Inspector Gilbert, and the Tivoli Drummers were recognized at the 16th Annual Grenada Day celebrations in New York over the weekend. Grenada Day is held each year following Spice Mass and features top soca and calypso artists, cultural pieces, and cuisine that is unique to Grenada. The Grenada Cultural Festival Group, Inc. awarded the legendary inspector for his years of service to developing culture, and Jemani Williams, public advocate for the city of New York, recognized the Tivoli Drummers for their contribution in keeping the culture of drum and dance alive in Grenada. Manager of Tivoli Drummers, Livingston Nelson, says the invitation to perform in New York is a dream come true for the team. He's grateful for the recognition.
It is a really great thing. It has been part of my dream to bring Tivoli Drummers to America. We are here. This is a young group, very talented, very energetic, and being amongst our Grenadian people who want to get a good taste of Grenadian culture, to me it's a dream come true. So again, I want to thank the organizers, Michael Vincent and his group for organization, for bringing us here, and I hope that we do justice to them in ensuring that they feel a warm Grenadian love here tonight.
Elimus Gilbert says for 40 years he remained true to boosting calypso and soca in Grenada. He's satisfied with his contribution and grateful for the award.
I've been doing it since 1985. Next year I'll be celebrating 40 years. And I do it all these years because I love it. And I had more good times in this business than bad times. Who follow me for years should know that they love the majority of Grenadians showed me over the years. A lot of other artists don't get, and I appreciate it. And all over the world I perform was love and love and love with exciting performance. I mean, I have about 13 titles on my tune. I always brag about 11 in Grenada, 2 in Brooklyn. You know, so it's a wonderful feeling, and that are still there around. And anytime you put me on stage with any generation, I have music to fit.
Public Advocate Jemani Williams spoke of the significance of recognizing the Tivoli drummers at Grenada Day 2024.
The heritage and Tivoli drummers and all that they bring, making sure the culture not only continues for themselves and the children, but for the world to see. So we're excited when I heard that we can present them with some citations, and as the second highest ranking elected official in the city of New York, it's just an honor to have spice in my blood and to be able to do that.
The Grenada Arts Council is satisfied with the support it received at its annual pop-up exhibition at the Spiceland Mall over the weekend. Over 15 artists converged at the mall to participate in the annual post-carnival pop-up exhibition, which gives them an opportunity to showcase and market their pieces to locals and visitors immediately following Carnival. President of the council, Asher Mains, expressed satisfaction with the support the council receives each year from the artists. On exhibit were portraits, acrylic and water paintings, and handmade crafts.
Our exhibits here in Spiceland Mall are the result of not having a permanent space to show artwork and so on. So since 2016 we've been doing pop-ups here, typically 3 times a year for Easter, Carnival and Christmas. So of course this is our post-Carnival pop-up exhibit where we have about 17 artists showing their work. You know, really embodying our creative economy. We try to encourage them to bring recent work and then no like reproductions, and so everything you see is, you know, handmade by the artists themselves. Yeah.
He commended government on its plans for the creative industry in Grenada and predicts a very bright and colorful future for upcoming artists.
We, you know, of course, applaud all the efforts being made towards supporting the creative economy and our, you know, local artists and so on. Grenada Arts Council, one of our goals is to advocate for further institutional support, and so we are collaborating more with the Grenada National Museum as kind of a step forward in terms of making sure that, one, people do think of visual art as part of our culture, and that is an important part of our society, and so we hope that this continues, especially, you know, to the end that we don't need just volunteers making it happen, but that, you know, for some of our young people we can say you can get jobs in art. You know, if you're not showing art, you know, there's arts administration, etc. And so yeah, we'd like to work towards a future where we have the institutional support and ways that people can make a living, a real living, doing things like this.
It was a rewarding day for several local artists who showcased their craft at the Grenada Art Council's annual exhibition at the Spiceland Mall over the weekend. A few of them spoke with the Government Information Service about their participation in the event.
I decided to go very local, the flora and the fauna of Grenada, plus different sceneries that you see around the island. And I portrayed them both in acrylics on canvas or board and watercolors on watercolor paper. Locals are very interested in my art. I have a lot of people asking me to do commissions because they're interested in getting commissions done. And you know, there's been a high interest. People are looking at my art and they could identify with my art because it's basically scenes around Grenada, flora and fauna of Grenada. So foreigners and locals alike are interested.
Henna is a safe ink that will not affect your skin, and it is quite elegant on your skin, and is a plant-based product. People are very interested. Many people question if henna has a meaning behind it, but actually henna does not really have any meaning. It's just an elegant art that, well, people use as a fashion trend. It takes a few minutes to do it and just a few minutes to dry, but it could last up to a week, and sometimes less, sometimes more. It's based on how you take care of it. Example, if you are being too rough with it, it will last a shorter time.
I follow a tutorial, so I learn online. So I usually watch a tutorial and they usually guide me on which steps I need to take. Yes. The reaction has been great. I love seeing people's reaction when they come by. Usually they think it's crochet or it's beads. When I tell them it's rubber band, you see their eyes light up like, wow, I love seeing that. And I love explaining them the process of how I make it.
These are all bathroom tiles and sometimes little bits of jewellery. My husband uses pine or green heart or whatever he can get at the time. And I went to one of Salome's mosaic classes at the Tower, which got me started. And we try to make some things that are functional. So like with the hooks on, you can hang clothes, towels, dog leashes, whatever on there. And we also do commissions. Very positive. People are very kind, describing it as beautiful. And functional, and we've had some sales so far and a lot of interest in the birdhouses in particular.
I made a lot of artwork based on carnival because it's the post-carnival season, so I have images of the jab and the short knee and some of the Veco and just some other Grenada related gifts that people might want to take home, especially the visitors and stuff. Very positive responses to the work, especially my illustrations of Grenada. People are recognizing the locations and wanting to take it home as a souvenir or as a gift. So it's been a very good turnout so far. I think it's very good for especially up-and-coming artists to take part in the exhibition and just to see the feedback on their work because it helps really motivate them to keep creating, especially when they can make a sale and they feel like they've accomplished something with their work. So I think it's very beneficial, and especially this time of year where you just want to make a little extra money at post-carnival season.
It's been really good. I've had quite a few visitors come and want to take something back as a souvenir. So it's mostly been the cultural stuff that has sold today. Just to get the work out there for people to see it, and also for new artists to come out and to build confidence, get feedback from people, that type of thing. It's very, very important, and it's helping us keep our culture going. We can't forget what's from the past, and we need to get the young people involved to get things for the future.
This is the GIS News. When we come back, government officials and sports representatives commend Olympians for flying Grenada's flag at the Games.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
As a parent, it is my responsibility to care and protect my children. It is my responsibility to ensure they are safeguarded at all times. It is the same for you, to safeguard your children by keeping them on their vaccination and immunization schedule. Make them a VIP, vaccinated, immunized, and protected. I am Pinky Fabulous. I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back. The successes of Grenada's athletes at the recently concluded Paris Olympics was celebrated over the weekend with a welcome ceremony at the Maurice Bishop International Airport on Saturday and a motorcade on Sunday, which culminated with a rally at the Las Vegas playing field. Government officials, representatives of sports associations, and others all commended the athletes for flying Grenada's flag at the Games. Chris-Ann Mitchell has a roundup of sports.
Four-time Olympian and three-time Olympic medalist Kirani James can boast of being in one of the fastest 400-meter final races, finishing fifth with a time of 43.87 seconds, having entered the final with a season best of 43.78 seconds. He said the last few years have not been easy, but the love and appreciation of all, and most importantly, their belief in him, gives him the energy to continue.
Those performances at those games, you are a big part of it. And I appreciate every single one of you that has continued to support me and will continue to support me in the future as I go into the next couple of years. And for me, this is always humbling because this is what it's all about, us together. A big reason as to why all of us guys come out and do what we do is to see us all together. Even though at times it may feel like we have these little differences, these trivial things that sometimes separates us. I feel as Grenadians, when it's times like this, the pride overwhelms us and we come together every single time. We have so much potential as a people. You guys don't even understand. So much potential. And I think we could get there with the support, of everyone, especially with the new sports policy. I think that is a huge incentive, not just for us current athletes, but the ones that are coming up behind us, which I think have immense potential. You might not hear about them now. I mean, of course, the family knows about them, the clubs knows about them, but they have immense potential coming up. And I think that is a huge incentive. So I want to thank you guys for making that commitment. It will help. It will help. So in closing, I just want to say thank everyone for coming out. The support that we've had today. I know it was a quick turnaround coming from Parish and setting up this whole thing, but to see all the love, everyone coming out and supporting, I mean, it really, truly is motivating and rejuvenating for all of us to continue to do what we do and to continue to compete.
Lyndon Victor, who won a bronze medal in the decathlon, expressed pride to be a Grenadian. He said the love and appreciation they receive fuel them to do even better.
The world is changing and it's no longer this big place. The world is such a small place right now, and we are going to take over. Grenada is going to take over, not just athletically, but I think our doctors, we had a doctor at the Olympics representing us. And I really believe that in the next 50 years, it's not going to be 3 medalists. And I also don't believe in coincidence, that the fact that we are celebrating 50 years of independence and we are accomplishing something so crazy that's beyond. I just want to just give God thanks and praise, because God is a Grenadian. I really believe that. And thank you, the people of Grenada.
Anderson Peters, who won a bronze medal in javelin, reminisced on his journey from 2012 to the Paris Olympics.
In 2012, I sat right over there. It was me, Coach Paul, Teacher Kathleen, and Emran Gibbs. We sat there 1 August looking at the 2012 Olympic Games. And I had the opportunity to see Kirani win his first gold medal. I also had the opportunity to see Keyshawn Walcott from Trinidad win his first Olympic medal in the javelin. And it was at that very moment that I decided that, hey, you know what, if Keyshawn could do this, then I could do this too. Coach Paul and myself started to work on what we call the Rio. In 2016 would have been the Rio Olympics. Unfortunately, I didn't make that Olympics. I was 4 meters short of the Olympic standard. The Olympic standard at the time was 83 meters, and that season I only threw 79 meters. Missed the Rio Olympics, got into the 2021 Olympic Games, and I was 15th overall. 15th overall in my first Olympic Games. And here I am today, 2024, as a bronze medalist. Not only as an Olympic bronze medalist, but as a 2-time world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, that's history. There is only one other javelin thrower in the entire world that was able to defend his world championship title. And he is the current record holder at 98 meters. So I'm the second person in the entire world to defend that title. And I stand here and I look at everybody and I just want to say thank you to everyone.
Tilly Colomo and Hallie Hazard, who also represented Grenada in Paris, thanked the country and their supporters for the support they received.
Thank you so much for coming out and supporting all of these amazing Olympians. They really are truly spectacular. Thank you to the Grenada Olympic Committee, thank you to GASA, and thank you to my family and friends who've supported me through this journey, and to my coaches.
I love representing Grenada so much, and I'm so honored to wear Grenada across my chest. Thank you to my family in Pomrose, thank you to my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister. It's been such an honor, so thank you so much.
Swimmer Zachary Gresham left Grenada on Saturday for the U.S. to continue his studies. Just prior to his departure, he used the opportunity at the Maurice Bishop International Airport to thank those who continue to support his efforts.
I'm happy that I was able to get this opportunity to represent Grenada at the Olympics. I do plan on going to the next one. Hopefully I could do better and just keep on improving. And yeah, I'm just enjoying the experience, and I'm just overall proud of myself for performing as well as I did in front of everyone. So, thank you.
Grenada's three-time Olympic medalist Carriacou James, bronze medalists Lyndon Victor and Anderson Peters, and Grenadian field events coach Paul Phillip arrived home to a warm Grenadian welcome at the Maurice Bishop International Airport on Saturday. The other three athletes who represented Grenada in Paris, Hallie Hazard, Zachary Gresham, and Tilly Collymore, were already on the island. In a special gesture, all other passengers were asked to disembark first, allowing the three Olympians, Coach Phillip, and the two flight captains to exit the plane on a red carpet. Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cécile Lagrenade, the Prime Minister, government officials, sports representatives, and Grenadian student athletes greeted them on the tarmac. The Olympians then made their way to the airport lounge, where they met enthusiastic applause and smiling faces from a crowd of about 30 people, including sponsors and past Olympians who gathered for the ceremonial celebration. During the event, the 6 Olympians, their coaches, and Dr. Deborah Ann Stevens-John, first Olympic boxing official from Grenada at the Olympic Games, were recognized and presented with gifts, including Grenada $50 commemorative note in honor of the country's 50th anniversary of independence, and a gift bag from the Prime Minister's office. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, Acting Minister of Sports Honorable Delma Thomas, President of the Grenada Olympic Committee Bernard Wilson, and Grenada Athletics Association President Conrad Francis addressed the athletes. Wilson said he felt immense pride on hearing the commentators speak about Grenada and its athletes.
When I listen to sports commentary worldwide, not just the region or not just Grenada, and I hear the way commentators speak about our athletes, I swell tremendously with pride. It is simply amazing what these guys have done. And I want to remind you that what they've done is not in the Caribbean, is not in America, it is in front of the whole wide world.
Developing sports in Grenada at the grassroots level. That is one of the major topics for our delegates when they begin their series of Parish Sports Council meetings in St. Patrick this evening. This is a major step following the election of sports councils for the development of sports, which is of optimum importance to the Deacon Mitchell administration.
So these series of meetings or council meetings is to ensure that all of the members of the parish council can come and discuss the plans for 2025. We're discussing plans for 2025 as we prepare budgets and calendars as we move the sports policy forward and sports in general in Grenada. We start with St. Patrick this evening. That begins at 6 o'clock, and that is at the St. Patrick's Irish School. This is followed by St. John's on Tuesday, and that will be held at the St. John's Fish Market Conference Room. On Wednesday, we are at the Carriacou James Athletic Stadium Conference Room, and that is for the parish of St. George. This is followed by St. Mark, which is on Thursday, and that's at the Bonaire Government School. And we go to St. Andrew on the Saturday, and that's at the Methodist School. That begins at 3 o'clock. All the other parishes begin at 6, and then we end following Monday in St. David, again, beginning at 6 at the current government school.
Executive Officer of the National Sports Council Secretariat, Alvin Clouden. He spoke with Government Information Service on Monday about the focus of the meetings.
The parish councils will be focused on the community development, ensuring that everyone has an opportunity to play a sport, regardless of what the sport is. But most importantly also is that of physical activities. We really need to have the nation becoming fit. Currently, we have a thing about over 70% of our male population does not pass the international standard for fitness. That is a challenge. And as part of Sport for the Health and Wellness program, so our community activities will include both sport and physical activities. So we want to get the community involved in that.
Mr. Clouden also explained the next steps on completion of all the meetings.
A collation of the calendar of events, of sporting events, but also what are some of the demands, what are some of the needs of the parishes. I mean, for example, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. This is a whole different ball game in itself, right? Because a lot of the facilities may not have been damaged, but have been used for other things in the whole recovery. So we have to think, how do we get Carriacou and Petit Martinique back playing? But another focus will be schools, right? So through the Parish Sports Council, a lot of the schools will be involved. Intercall is one of our biggest events for schools in Grenada in terms of sporting event. How can the sports policy and National Sports Council work with the Intercall committee to make things better? And we have to move away from Intercall being track and field only. We got to have Intercall for netball, for football, for everything under the auspices of the Principals Association. So those are some key things that we will want to see activated in the sports policy.
The Ministry of Sports begins its Breakwater Swim Stars Free Summer Camp in St. Patrick on Tuesday. All sessions will begin at 10 a.m. and will also be held on August 21st, 23rd, and 28th. It will culminate with a challenge at 8:30 a.m. on Friday, August 30th, where participants will exhibit what they have learned.
Within the ministry, we generally start with the primary school children. Once they're 5 years and over, they can be part of the Learn to Swim program. So we definitely encourage everyone, and even with all the free Learn to Swims that we have going on, we want everyone to sign up and learn to swim. And you know, it's just a venture that the ministry has and wants to get everyone in Grenada learning how to swim. We have been up at the Breakwater project since it started. Once we got access, and we had quite a few of the schools on the program. We want to continue with that. Human resource is a bit limited, but we still keep pushing to try and get as many persons as we can. Luckily, through this, we were able to identify at least one person who we think can assist on that end of the island to assist with the continue. We had someone already, but that person unfortunately fell ill and had to travel. But now we're hoping to have someone more stable.
Senior swimming coach in the Ministry of Sports, Ms. Natalie Regis. She says the swimmers will be invited for trials for the OECS Swimming Championships. She spoke to the different categories of races.
The first race will be the long race, which will be either 100-meter freestyle or the 100 IM. And then we have the short races after, which will be, they can select what events they want to do for all 4 of the competitive strokes. So that's the butterfly, the backstroke, breaststroke, and the freestyle.
The sessions are open to people of all ages. Finally, for the first time, a 10-member team will represent Grenada at the 45th Chess Olympiad in Budapest, Hungary. The Grenadian team, which has recently received approval from the International Chess Federation, will be competing in the most recognized event in the world of chess from September 10th to 23rd, 2024. The Chess Olympiad is renowned for attracting over 2,000 players from approximately 200 countries, showing their skills and abilities from the sport. Grenada's squad includes 10 players, 5 males and 5 females, alongside non-playing captains for both the male and female. Carlisle Glean Jr., Vice President of the Chess Federation, said he is happy the team can gain the experience of such a prestigious chess event. Glean Jr. also speaks about the composition of the team in an interview with our team.
For the first time, Grenada would be sending players, both male and female teams. The good thing about the Grenada team is not that we expect to all of a sudden win any major title. But what it is, our players here, they're what you call unrated. It would allow them to get an international rating, and more importantly, of the 10 players going, 2 are teachers, 2 male players are teachers, and the others are all students. The entire female team are either TAMCC secondary or primary school students, and it augurs well for the future of the game. Yes, that our team, our best players come from present schools on the island. And so I wanted to highlight that our team are a team of just young players excited about the game and aggressively pursuing the game.
The male team comprises Carlisle Glean Jr. as non-playing captain, Jenard Roberts, Renelle Gilbert, Valimir Menz, Javon James and Tyler Thomas, while the female team comprises Dr. Denise Boer as non-playing captain or coach, Asia Lewis, Bernil Chaitan, Nazia James, Rockisha Flanders, and Terrell Frank.
Thank you, Chrisanne. This is the GIS News for today, a recap of the headlines. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell commits to push the implementation of the National Sports Policy and Grenadian Olympians rewarded for their representation. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rikisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you very much, Rikisha, and that's going to bring us to the end of our program for today. And of course, we'll be touching base tomorrow, God willing, again from, well, just around the same time, 9 p.m. Take care of yourselves, guys. May God bless you and the family.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Ring, 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 back to school loan thing. Accel Finance help the joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Accel loan, help your kids start right. Backpacks to uniform is on. Accel Finance will let them do success. No worries, no stress. We got your back, better Accel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school loan thing. Accel Finance help the joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Accel back to school loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school loan thing. Accel Finance help the joy of learning.
It's the Quartz Appliance event. Cook it, fry it, bake it on a new Ma-Base stove for only $1,799. Stack it, pack it, and chill it with a Frigidaire 4-mount fridge for $2,749. Laundry piling up? Wash it, spin it, dry it in a Frigidaire 17-kilogram washing machine top, only $2,399. Get it now and pay later. It's the Quartz Appliance event, only at Quartz, bringing value home. Offers end July 24th, 2024. Conditions apply.